The body drifts slowly through the cold Atlantic water. His uniform is soaked, heavy, pulling him downward. In his pocket, a leather wallet presses against his chest. Inside it, photographs, love letters, a life carefully assembled. But this man never lived. He has a name, a rank, a fiancé waiting at home. And yet, he is already dead. What you are about to hear is not a story of war fought with bullets and bombs, but with paper, silence, and a single corpse that helped decide the fate of Europe. Chapter 1. Britain, 1943. By early 1943, the Second World War had reached a critical turning point. The Allies were preparing to strike southern Europe. The obvious target was Sicily. Everyone knew it, including Adolf Hitler. Sicily was the gateway to Italy, and if the Germans fortified it, the invasion would be catastrophic. British intelligence faced an impossible question. How do you convince the enemy to defend the wrong place, when the truth is staring them in the face? The answer would come from an idea so audacious, so disturbing, that it bordered on madness. Chapter 2. The Birth of a Ghost. The plan was conceived inside the quiet offices of British naval intelligence. Its architects were not generals, but thinkers. Ewen Montagu, Charles Cholmondeley. Their proposal was simple in theory and chilling in execution. They would plant false invasion plans on a dead body and allow the Germans to find it. Not a random corpse, but a man who looked real, who felt real, a man the enemy could believe in. They called him Major William Martin, Royal Marines. Chapter 3. Building a life from nothing. Every detail mattered. Major Martin needed pockets, not just papers, so they gave him a life. A wallet worn soft with use, ticket stubs, receipts, a letter from his bank scolding him for overdrafts. In his pocket, a photograph. A young woman with dark hair. Her name was Pam. In reality, she was a secretary at MI5, but to the Germans, she was the woman he loved. They wrote letters between them, tender, casual, intimate, the kind of words no spy would ever invent. Even the keys in his pocket were chosen carefully, keys that opened nothing, because no one ever checks useless keys unless they belong to a real man. Chapter 4. Finding the body. But a life required a death. British intelligence needed a body that would withstand scrutiny. It had to look like a drowning victim. No wounds, no signs of violence. Eventually, they found one. A Welsh drifter who had died after ingesting rat poison. His lungs would mimic the effects of drowning. His name was never revealed publicly. In death, he became someone else. They dressed him, placed the documents in a briefcase, chained it to his wrist, and waited. Chapter 5. The Drop. On April 30th, 1943, under cover of darkness, a British submarine surfaced off the coast of Spain. The sea was calm. The body was released into the water and carried gently toward shore. Spain was officially neutral, but its intelligence services quietly cooperated with Nazi Germany. The British were counting on that. They wanted the documents to be found, read, and copied. The corpse washed ashore near Huelva. Spanish authorities recovered it. So did German agents. The trap was closing. Chapter 6. The Wait. Back in London, British intelligence waited. Days passed, then weeks. Had the Germans believed it? Or dismissed it as an obvious trick? The tension was unbearable. Finally, confirmation arrived. German high command had shifted divisions. Troops were redeployed, away from Sicily, toward Greece, toward Sardinia. Hitler himself approved the changes. The lie had worked. Chapter 7. The Invasion. On July 10, 1943, Allied forces landed in Sicily. They faced resistance, but not annihilation. German defenses were thinner, scattered, unprepared. Within weeks, Sicily fell. Italy would soon surrender. The course of the war had changed. because of a man who never existed. Chapter 8. A Grave with a Name. Major William Martin was buried in Spain. His headstone reads, William Martin, Major, Royal Marines. For decades, that was all it said. Only later was a second line added, believed to have died 24th April, 1943. Believed. Because even now, the truth feels too strange to carve into stone. Conclusion. The power of belief. Operation Mincemeat is remembered as one of the greatest deceptions in military history, but its real lesson is quieter and far more unsettling. Wars are not won by weapons alone. They are won by stories, by what people believe and what they never question. A false man convinced an empire to move its armies. Ink outweighed steel. And somewhere beneath the Spanish soil lies a reminder that history does not always turn on truth. Sometimes, it turns on the perfect lie.